friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Tori, and today I'm going to clear the air, hang out some dirty laundry. Also, before we begin, I will just address the fact that yes, I have a bloodshot eyeball, and that does not mean that I'm turning into a zombie. I don't think. I was very inspired by a video that came out, I want to say a couple weeks ago now, by Library of a Viking, wherein he responded to comments about his opinion of Gardens of the Moon from the Malazan Book of the Fallen. As many of you probably already know, the most popular videos on my channel are my reading vlogs of Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight archive. Almost all of the comments that I have gotten on these videos have been incredibly supportive, super nice, we've had some awesome discussions, and I love it all. There have been, as there always are on the internet, a few people who took umbrage about what I was saying or had some thoughts, and all of that is absolutely 100% fine, but I thought it would be kind of fun to bring those out and air them out on my channel, especially since we are now well on our way towards the elusive Rhythm of War vlog. Alright, so before we begin, please note that there will be spoilers. Please proceed with caution. Alright, so we are going to start with the first comment, and this is from the Way of Kings vlog from Snowman. Sorry, not sorry, but you're the first person I've seen say they thought Sadeas was actually a good person. He threw away thousands of lives on purpose, and at every turn bashes or shames everyone in his presence. It's obvious that he isn't good. I, in Way of Kings, had hope for a while that Sadeas might turn into a redemption arc. I rewatched my Way of Kings vlog trying to find a space where I actually straight up said that Sadeas was a good person. I don't remember saying that. I think I remember saying I hoped he was a good person or that he had been. So if anyone is on my channel and very concerned about me thinking that Sadeas is actually a good person, I would like to ease your fears and just clarify that no, I don't actually think that Sadeas is a good person. Alright, now we're going to be moving into my Words of Radiance vlog, and I have 3 comments. The first one is from this lovely person. I am not going to attempt to read any usernames that I can't pronounce because I don't want to butcher it. Couple of notes. Dalinar is repeatedly clear that he's no good at politics. Syl was dead when Kaladin stopped living. To protect that, he had to return to his oaths to revive her. This is linked heavily with stuff that's explained more subtly about the past. You're not actually meant to think Yazna is dead. There is a clue at the time with her body vanishing. Also, Brandon shared a deleted chapter from her POV that was going to give it away early. He said he had to cut it for pacing reasons, though leaving some readers thinking she was dead was an unfortunate side effect. I agree that Seth's resurrection is awkward, though. I'm gonna just really quickly go through these. I wasn't going in here thinking that Dalinar was gonna be an incredible politician because we all know that is not his skill set. I think it was more of a I can't believe you're so bad at this. You know what I mean? It wasn't a legitimate wow, I expected him to be a great politician. It was just kind of the shock and awe of how absolutely awful he was. The whole thing with Syl's death and all of that bit with Kaladin, yeah, that was another moment where I just didn't buy that she was dead, and what I mean by that is yeah, she might have been dead or whatever, but I knew she was coming back. There was never a moment where I was oh wow, he's actually killed off Sylfrena. Let's talk about the Yazna death, because this cracks me up. There are a lot of people I have talked to who legitimately believe that Yazna was dead, and also Brandon sharing a deleted POV scene from Yazna that would have given it away earlier. I totally believe that that is true, but if you're just reading the books, we would not know that. I didn't buy Yazna's death for a minute. I was just kind of waiting for her to show back up again instead of being oh no, what are they gonna do without her? I was alright, and... Alright, from Jack Harrison, I can't believe you just glossed over the ending of the duel. I couldn't sleep after reading that. I was so amped. So this one, yeah, I mean the ending of the duel, I think in Words of Radiance, I was so emotionally tapped out at that point that I didn't really have any more emotions to give in the vlog. As you will see if you've seen the vlog, I am quite emotional throughout most of the duel. Both of them are in my top 3 favorite characters, and I'm really stressed out right now. I totally agree, however, that just the whole duel, in my opinion, is one of the coolest, most intense scenes of all of the Stormlight archive for me personally. So yeah, it is hard because I do wish that I could respond to absolutely everything that happens, but I definitely have to pick and choose as I'm going along. From Leo da Vinci, nice to see you back from the grave. Did she just say she doesn't like Lift? Kids, people like this don't get anywhere. Stay away from those. Alright, so what I think is interesting about Lift, she's a very polarizing character, obviously. There's a lot of people that absolutely love her, and there's a lot of people that really can't stand her. For me personally, and as I've gone further into the Stormlight archive, I am starting to appreciate her character more, and I think that my reaction to Lift and my relationship with her throughout the books is actually pretty authentic to the other characters in the stories, actually, because she was very jarring for me at first and really kind of pulled me out of the just general atmosphere of the story. However, as I've gotten to know her better, she's starting to become, dare I say, slightly endearing. We're gonna move into Oathbringer. The first one from Jordan Roos, I don't like Lift. Gasp of shock and horror. Once again, I didn't like her at the beginning. I didn't really click with her at all, and as I've gone through the series, again, I am starting to much more appreciate her character and what she brings to the story and her like contrast to the general atmosphere of the book. Alright, from Bleeding Fish. It's fun that you are kind of iffy on the interludes because I freaking love them. I like the break from all the massive drama to explore some other places on Roshar. Also, I loved Lift. She is awesome. Now that I've read 5 of the 6 books in the Stormlight archive, including the novellas, I think as I am becoming more familiar with the world, the interludes I'm enjoying more. And I think that when I was first reading the series, that it was really hard for me to get into the interludes because everything was just so massive and so vast, and the world building there was so much of it that I really was struggling to pull my brain out and try to understand something completely over here and then go back, and it felt very disjointed in my head. But as I have gotten a lot more comfortable in the world and really grown in my understanding of the space that the Stormlight archive takes place in and all of the rules and the history and all that kind of stuff, I am able to enjoy the interludes a lot more because I am not so stressed out that I'm like, oh shoot, there's like more information. Alright, from Kyra. Spoliers. Kaladin and Shallan, sad face. I wanted them to happen so badly because to me they're perfect for each other, and the chemistry, oh my gosh, and the chasms when she smiles, I cannot. Sanderson, I asked for nothing else, come on. I totally understand why people ship Kaladin and Shallan. I personally don't. That's not my thing at all. That being said, I don't blame anybody who does. I'm very much a Shallan and Adolin fan. I think partially because Kaladin and Shallan just are like so obvious. I just really love them a lot. Shallan and Adolin all the way. Although I will say that above either one of those ships, I ship the bromance of Kaladin and Adolin like crazy. Their relationship is, if not my favorite in the book, one of my favorites. Brian Bays, no mention of Kaladin meeting his parents again. One of my favorite parts of the first half of the book was him returning home. Yeah, so this one again honestly just comes down to me not having time to comment on absolutely everything in the book, but you're absolutely right. Kaladin meeting his parents again was, especially the relationship between him and his father, is such a good dynamic, and it's just it's really intense, and I very much appreciate that about it. I love this comment. Max said, the only Cal ship allowed is Kaladin with therapy. Totally agree. Kaladin needs some serious therapy, and in the beginning of Rhythm of War, we're getting even more into that. So, totally agree. Kaladin and therapy. Sign him up. Alright, now we're gonna get, and I'm only gonna address these very briefly, okay? I have a couple of comments about DID and Shallan that I responded to in my Oathbringer vlog with people that were questioning kind of what I was saying. Now, what I had said in the video was that some of the language or words that Sanderson used to describe Shallan were a little questionable for me because it was talking about how Shallan kind of acts like or puts on a mask of these other characters. It was kind of like more that she was an actress than anything else, because so many people have pointed to her as kind of an example of dissociative identity disorder, I wanted to address that because DID is not acting, and it's not putting on a mask with like, oh, I think I'm going to be so-and-so today. I do have a professional diagnosis of dissociative identity disorder, and so when I was mentioning that, a lot of this comes from my own research, my just therapy experience and working with trauma-informed therapists, etc. I do really appreciate, as we're getting into Rhythm of War, I will say immediately that Brandon really leaned into kind of showing Shallan as someone with DID, and I think that the way that he's portraying it in Rhythm of War, as you'll hear when I talk in my vlog, is so good. He's doing such a great job with it, and I am a huge fan of the way that Brandon Sanderson handles mental health in his books in general, but I know that Sanderson also kind of revised how he was approaching her for Rhythm of War, and I can definitely tell, and I am so impressed, honestly, so impressed with how he's handling her disorder in Rhythm of War. So I just wanted to throw that in here because I know that that has been a hot topic on the Oathbringer vlog. The last one is once again from Snowman. Like, shout out to this person for watching my vlogs. How did you not get that honor, cultivation, and odium are the same as ruin and preservation from Mistborn? I did not know that Mistborn was tied into the Cosmere originally when I started this series. Obviously, I know that now. But also, I have ADD, the inattentive version. So I have a really hard time like keeping track in my head of this, then this, then this, and small details within the books like that. So I love when people comment down below like, hey, did you know X? I'm like, that's awesome. And then I actually pay attention and look for it. But beyond that, even for like the most normal average reader on the planet, look how big these books are. I'm sure that there are Easter eggs and connections all over the place. And I'm doing my best to keep up with them all. I will catch it eventually, I promise. Alright guys, that is everything I'm going to respond to today from the comments of my vlogs. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this video. And if you have any comments, questions, etc., feel free to pop those in the comments below. I would love to know what your hot takes on the Stormlight Archive are. Share them in the comments because everyone's different, everyone has a different reading experience, everyone likes different characters, and all of that is totally fine. So, I hope you guys are all having an awesome week, and I will see you in the next video.